Hi, and thanks for coming to watch this video from Carolina Varsity. We're taking a look first at the North Carolina High School Association 1A playoffs.
Okay, I've got to admit, first off, before we get started, that I know much less about the teams in the East than I do the teams in the West because of just our location. But here's the way I see the one single A bracket shaking down in the East. First off, I think Plymouth, as the number one seed, will advance this coming week. I think they'll win handily. Jones Senior goes up against number 4. Jones Senior goes up against number 5 Manio. I think that'll be a pretty close game, but I think Jones Senior will still edge out Manteo by a touchdown, maybe just a little bit more, a little bit less.
Right.
Northside Pinetown, they should win comfortably over Rocky Mount Prep. When I say comfortably, I'm talking more than 2 or 3 touchdowns. North Edgecombe, number 2 seed, going up against number 7 Columbia. I see North Edgecombe winning big.
Right.
Not much of a contest there. Southeast Halifax, the number 1 seed from the Mid-East, going against number 8 Pamlico from the East. I see Southeast Halifax winning handily. The upset, if you want to call it an upset, would come in the 4-5 bracket. And Northampton, even though they got their record's 5-6, they're playing for Quimens 6-5. But I think that Northampton, they played a tougher schedule, and they seem to have a little bit better offense. And I think as far as the brackets go, I think that they'll probably advance. Okay. And then Kip Pride shouldn't have too many problems with Matamusket, and Southside should win handily over South Creek.
Let me just go what the report. So for the same bracket, the East bracket, I'll tell you what the report says out of that side of it. And you covered the entire East side, right? So here we go. So it's predicting a Southeast Halifax over Pamlico County, 49-0. Periclums over Northampton, 29-20 is what it's predicting.
Okay, I'll differ there.
I hear you.
All right.
Kip Pride over Matamusket, 49-31. Southside over South Creek, 26-7. Plymouth over Weldon, 60-0. And the report will only predict scores up to 60 points.
Okay.
So
whenever I do my little thing on our site, I don't give them more than 40. And one reason why, here's why I don't do that, because once a team gets a 40-point lead and they go into the running clock, you don't know.
Right.
It's hard to tell what a team will do after that, because most of the time the coach is going to start putting in JV players or substitutes, and the other team may actually come back and cut the margin down. So most of the time I stop at a 40-point margin.
It's predicting Manio over Jones Senior, 29-25. North Side over Rocky Mount, 34-11. And North Edgecombe over Columbia, 58-0.
Okay, well, we differed in the Jones Senior and Manio and Quimens Northampton.
Okay.
All right, in the 1A West, this is a pretty interesting bracket too. Murphy should win running away against South Robeson. I think that'll be a 40-plus point game. Winston-Salem Prep and Robbinsville. This is one of those that we was talking about, hashing around a while ago about mountain teams. Robbinsville is usually tough. Now, they don't have the team this year that they've had in the past that they've won state championships or won 2 state championships with. But they've still got a strong team, and they are a very physical team. And I think that they will. I think that they'll win handily.
Okay.
Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson got upset early in the year by. Well, not upset, but they got beaten early in the year by Mountain Island Charter. And then they came back and they beat Bessemer City, who was in the driver's seat to win the whole thing in that conference. And so Thomas Jefferson, though, they've got a good team, and they have had a good team for the last couple of years. I look for them to win that 3-6 matchup between them and Bishop against by 30 or around 30 points. Mountain Island Charter, I think that they'll breeze through the first round against Andrews. North Duplin plays Rosman, Rosman rather, and they will. I think that they'll win by 40 plus. Cherokee's a good team this year too. Cherokee's been everybody's whipping boy for several years now, but they've got a team this year. I think they'll win the first round by 20 or more.
So there's another mountain team. Mm-hmm.
Allegheny goes up against Hayesville. I think Allegheny wins by around 3 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
And Mitchell, a very strong team from up in the mountains too,
Yes.
and I think that they win by 40 plus.
The report: Murphy over South Robeson, 60-0. Again, caps it at 60. Robinsonville over Winston-Salem Prep, 26-0. You call that one. Thomas Jefferson over Bishop McGinnis by 60-31 is what the report's saying. Mountain Island Charter over Andrews, 59-0. North Duplin over Rosman, 42-0. Cherokee Central over Union Academy, 33-24. Allegheny over Hayesville, 60-45. Pretty high scoring ball game there. And then Mitchell over Chatham, 60-0. So, out of that West bracket, who do you think will emerge? Who do you think?
Out of the West, I think that in the I'm not sure how to identify
if you just had
brackets
to,
which, but
right.
if you look at the top part of the bracket where Murphy's the number 1 seed, I think Murphy will play Thomas Jefferson for the opportunity to go to the semifinals in the West.
Okay.
In the other end of that bracket, where you have North Duplin as the number 1 seed, I think I think possibly Cherokee will play Mitchell County for the opportunity to play for the right to go to the state championship. And as far as who comes out of that bracket altogether to go to the championship, that's tough. It could be, and I said Murphy in the top half of that bracket.
Yep.
Thomas Jefferson, Mountain Island Charter could just as easily, because they've got a strong team, especially with the Washington, running back and all. So they could very easily be playing for the right to go to the state championship as well. Right now, it's hard to say. It could be Murphy, it could be Mitchell, it could be Thomas Jefferson. Mountain Island Charter, or maybe Cherokee. But I think probably Murphy and Mitchell have got the inside track.
The report is predicting that the West Region Final will be between Murphy and Mitchell, and is predicting a 25-17 Murphy win. And then it's predicting that North Edgecombe will come out of the East with a win over Southside, 34-23. So you pretty much, the favorites have got to be Murphy, Mitchell, Thomas Jefferson maybe on the edge. Mountain Island Charter is certainly a team out of the West I think everyone has to look for. They got a lot of athletes up there.
Yes, they do.
So that's certainly a team that one has to watch. They had to forfeit some games, so that moved them down in seeding, and so they'll have a little tougher road to get there. But should be some interesting playoff games there.
Yeah, Mountain Island Charter, they did have to forfeit 2 games. That moved them
Right.
down to 8-3 instead of a 10-1 record.
Yep.
And they would have got a number 1 seed had it not have been for that, or they at least.
Would they have been in
I don't
that?
know. It's hard to tell because
Right.
how they. I'm not sure how they would split it up then, but
Okay.
well, they would have got a number.
I think they would have had to draw, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they would have had to draw because
Right.
of the conference.
Okay.
Because of the conference thing, yeah. But anyway, yeah, it's some exciting games anyway for the next couple weeks.
All right, so we'll do some more in-game breakdowns as we get later into the playoffs. There's just so many teams to play. There's so many games. We'd be here forever trying to talk about every game.